there in the Bible. Because why? We had yokes of iron put upon our neck. Hold up the sign. A lot of you don't want to acknowledge that. Our fathers had yokes of iron put upon their necks. Why? Because we're the slaves. We are the Israelites. And it wasn't just the blacks that was brought over here. You Boricuas, you doggone, what, Cubans, El Salvadorians, Panamanians, all of you Dominicans, you all were slaves at one time. Yeah. But some of you think because you're light of your bed, you ain't light enough. They just call you a light-skinned nigga. That's all they did. Read.
Verse 48.
Go ahead.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
And some of you dark-skinned brothers, you think you better because, man, he ain't no fool black. You know what we say to that? That's a bunch of garbage. That Willie Lynch doctrine is in your mind. You can have a light-skinned brother like myself, be more doggone, have more spirit than a damn Michael Jordan looking doggone brother. That don't mean nothing, color. Read.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
Stop. This I want to ask each and every one of you, because we must prove this is a true book. Brother, what's your name? What? Bernard. 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 Is that a factual statement? Did your fathers, Bernard, have yokes of iron put upon their neck? So we have one yes. Reggie, did that happen to your fathers, Reggie? Excuse me, brother. Noel, did that happen to the Boricua? Sister, what's your name again? Lavinia. Did that happen to the so-called black woman? Okay, brother.
Larry.
Sir, Larry.
All right.
Larry. You ain't no sir nothing. Larry, what about you? Huh, Larry?
Israelite.
Did that, he said Israelite.
I'm Israelite.
Beautiful. Larry, did that happen to your fathers?
Most definitely.
What's your name back there with the little blue cup?
Robert.
What?
Robert.
Robert! Did that happen to the so-called Puerto Ricans of ancient times? So you're going to acknowledge that. So this Bible's a true book. Read that last part again.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
So the white man put a yoke of iron upon you Israelites' neck.
Yeah.
What? To when? To when?
Until he have destroyed thee.
Till he has destroyed you. That's why you're walking around. Some of you call yourselves Puerto Rican, Dominican, West Indian, El Salvadorian, Peruvian, Argentinian, Chilean, Afro-American, Black American, Nubian, Egyptologist. All garbage. You're the Israelites. Said and done, you're the Israelites.
Yeah.
You are the biblical Israelites.
Yeah.
You ain't Afro-American nothing.
Yeah.
Read.
Verse 49.
Go ahead.
The Lord shall bring a nation against you.
Now this is the part I want. This is the part we want to explain. For all of you so-called blacks and Hispanics that love your master, the white man. Now you might want to walk away at this point. Read.
The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far.
Uh-oh, read it again.
The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far.
You don't gotta hide over there. You can come over here. Read it again.
The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far.
My question is to you so-called Spanish-speaking brothers. What nation came to the land of Puerto Rico? What nation came to the land of Cuba? What nation came to the land of Santo Domingo? What nation was it? Come on. Now everybody scholars bring forth your knowledge. Let's start with the what? The Spanish Caucasians, the Italian Caucasians, the Portuguese Caucasians, the Dutch Caucasians. They were the ones that came against the so-called ancient Puerto Ricans from afar. Read.
From the end of the earth.
Right, because they had to cross the entire Atlantic Ocean. Can somebody hold the sign up for me, please? Oh my goodness. Read it again.
The Lord shall bring a nation against thee.
Some brothers don't know that we at war right now. Yeah. That's why we got some weak-ass spirits.
The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far.
So the Lord raised up this Caucasian man to come against us from afar. He had to cross the damn Atlantic. He had to cross the Atlantic Ocean. Yeah. That's a doggone whole distance across the earth. Yeah. Read.
From the end of the earth.
Right, that was the end of the earth. Read on.
As swift as the eagle flies.
Now I want any one of you to take out a dollar bill or a quarter out of your pocket right now. Take it out right now. Take out a dollar bill or a quarter from your pocket right now. We're going to find out who this white man is right now. Wake up, Israel. Stop. Pay attention. You're teaching me Isaiah 30 verse 1. Why is this a shock to you? Because you don't know your teachers are here. We're here. We're back for you. We're back for you. We're here for you. We ain't going to lie to you no more. Read it.
Isaiah 30 and verse 20.
Listen up, you blacks and Hispanic. You're no longer blacks. You're the Israelites. Read.
And though the Lord give you the bread of adversity.
You were given the bread of adversity, man. You was put in slavery. You were destroyed as a people. Read.
And the water of affliction.
You serve this white man in affliction, man. You got your water in the distress. Read.
Yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore.
We came out the corners. We know who we are. We're the 12 tribes of Israel. We're waking our people up. We're not hiding behind nothing. We ain't gonna lie. If a lie brings forth, we're gonna destroy it with the words of the Lord. Read.
Yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore.
We ain't hiding. We on the street. We in the ghetto. We gonna go all across the damn planet to teach our people to come back to the Most High. Read.
But thy eyes shall see thy teacher.
You see me right now? I'm your teacher. Read.
And thy ears shall hear a word behind thee.
Some of you brothers gonna walk down the block. That nigga don't know nothing. Say it again.
And thy eyes shall hear a word behind thee.
You're gonna hear a word behind you. Read.
Saying, this is the way.
Brothers, this is the way. You're Israelites. You're not those names. You must keep God's commandments and the faith of Christ, who look like you, dark like you, sir. Read.
This is the way.
This is the way. Go ahead.
Walk ye in it.
Walk ye in His Bible. Read.
When you turn to the right
When
hand.
you turn to the right hand, go ahead.
And when you turn to the left.
You're gonna look back to the left. Read on.
Verse 22.
Go ahead.
Ye shall defile also.
That's it on it. Go back to where you was at. Why are we speaking like this, man? Because your pastors are not teaching the laws according to the Bible. This is the King James Version. By the way, King James looked like you, brother. King James was never no white man. He was a rich, powerful black man. Thank you, brother. That's who he was. Say, read.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 49.
What's your name, sister? You're a princess. You know what? You are a princess. And you won't get the kingdom of heaven. You learn to keep God's laws. Read.
Deuteronomy 28, verse 49.
We want to skip. Brother, I need you to listen. Right? We're going to skip ahead. We're going to show you the method that you so-called Negroes got over here. Some of you might be offended that you say black, Negro, Afro. All of you blacks, none of you are black. You might be the darkest one, brother. At the most, you dark brown. You ain't black nothing. I'm black. I'm yellow. They call me black on paper. That means nothing. Read.
Deuteronomy 28, verse 68.
You want to know how you got to the Americas? You want to know how our black transatlantic slave trade is documented in the Bible? Here, go right here.
And the Lord shall bring thee.
Stop. By the way, if you don't agree with me, you can walk down the damn street. Read.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Stop. What does the word Egypt mean? You got to edify. Because the Lord said, I'm going to bring you back into Egypt again. Go ahead.
Bondage.
Bondage. Let's prove it. Give me that. Read it.
Exodus 20, verse 2.
Listen up, Israel. Read.
I am the Lord thy God.
This is God speaking, not us. Go ahead.
Which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt.
He brought our fathers out of the land of Egypt. Read.
Out of the house of bondage.
Was it a house of vacation?
Out of the house of bondage.
Did we hang out with our slave masters?
Out of the house of bondage.
What does it mean to be in bondage? Loud, brother. Go ahead. Your name again, brother. Reggie. What does it mean to be in bondage, Reggie?
Like prison.
It is prison. Because you gotta pick the cotton. When they pick the cotton, you gotta pick this and mow that, plow that. Read.
Deuteronomy 20, verse 68.
So we know that Egypt means slavery, bondage. Go ahead.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Right, back into prison, like you said, brother. Back into slavery again, right? Read on.
With ships.
With what?
With ships.
Stop. Let's do a consensus. Those of you are afraid to talk about slavery, because you think the white man might come up and lock you up. You might want to walk away right now. How did the blacks get to the shores of America?
By ships.
By what?
Slave
I want all you to say it right now loud.
Slave ships.
Read the Bible.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
No, with buses.
With ships.
What about a train?
With ships.
Did they fly the airplane?
With ships.
Talking about ships, maybe that's not enough. You give me James the 4th chapter. Let's show you what them ships did. Let's show you what the ships did according to the Bible. I want James to hold this ship with wings. We're going to show you that the ships are talking about literal cargo ships that had sails on them. So we're going to prove that your transportation is in the Bible.
Got that? James 4? To the money part. Yeah. I know those symbols in the money.
James chapter 3, verse 4.
Listen to this. This is going to tell you about the ships, because James was an Israelite. Moses was also an Israelite.
Yeah.
During that time, none of these modern inventions were invented, right?
No.
So let's prove that the ships were not talking about regular car or buses and that, because the fake Jews say, yeah, well, that's talking about us. That's not true. It's talking about you. Read.
James chapter 3, verse 4.
This is defining the ships it's talking about. Go ahead.
Behold, also the ship.
The what?
Also the ship.
Let's see what they do. Go ahead.
Which though they be so great.
They'd be great because they're not small ships that we came over on here. They were great ships. Go ahead.
And are driven of fierce winds.
What?
And are driven of fierce
They had
winds.
motors in the back.
And are driven of fierce winds.
Oh, they was driven of wind. Read on.
Yet are they turned about with a very small helm.
Right. The helm is the front of the ship, right? So that just proves that the ships it's talking about was our cargo slave ships. Go back. If you got a weak heart, a faint heart, this is not the place for you. Read. I'm your brother. I'm going to teach you the truth. Read.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
What does Egypt mean again, Reggie? We cannot forget. It means what? Bondage. Reggie, we didn't have a good time in Egypt, Reggie. Reggie, your fathers didn't have a good time in America, Reggie. Was it a good time picking cotton for damn 8 hours a day, Reggie? Read.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
With ships that were driven by wind. That is documented historical facts out of the Bible. Read.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee.
So the Lord spake unto us Israelites. This would happen to us if we wanted to follow the other nations and not keep His laws.
Yeah.
Read.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
And your homeland, black man, is not Africa, nor has it ever been Africa. Your homeland is Israel, because you're the Israelites. You are the biblical Jews that are talked about in the Bible, throughout the Bible. Give me that defeat. You know what Galatians.
That's our real home.
Absolutely. Now let me let God say it instead of me, because you seem to be questioning. That's all right. Let's get your mind at ease, Sir Larry. Read.
Galatians chapter 4, verse 26.
Listen to the words of the Lord. That's why we're here. Read.
But Jerusalem, which is above, is free.
God said Jerusalem to the prophet Paul. Paul was a Benjamin from the tribe of Benjamin from the nation of Israel. Read it again from the top.
But Jerusalem, which above, is free.
Jerusalem is the capital of the nation of Israel. That is where you blacks and Hispanics, you come from. You ran through Africa and we destroyed many nations. We took on customs of Africans. We are not the Africans. We ain't African-American nothing. The real Jews are black. Like that brother right there with a beautiful royal complexion. That's the complexion of Christ. Read.
But Jerusalem, which above, is free.
Right, which is above is free. Jerusalem, when I said beautiful, some of you that got the homo tendencies, obviously this is my brother. That is a beautiful skin tone. But a lot of you who are light-skinned think that's not a good skin tone. But Christ looked like that man. So that's why I say that's beautiful. Read.
Which is the mother of us all.
The mother of all the Israelites is Jerusalem, the capital of our nation. Go back.
Deuteronomy 28, verse 68.
Go ahead.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So this is our actual physical history in the Bible. Our transatlantic slave trade is documented, thus saith the Lord. Now, read Deuteronomy 10 and 12. Finish it up. Thank you, brother.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
That's why we don't know our homeland is Israel. Our homeland is Jerusalem. We think, and I used to think, well, yeah, brother, I wonder what tribe I'm from. I want to be from Shaka Zulu because he was the most warrior brother. Shaka Zulu and them, we beat the hell out of Shaka Zulu and them people when we ran through Africa. Read.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
Listen to this.
And there you shall be sold unto your enemy.
Wait a minute, stop, hold the press, pump the brakes. Where's it at? Excuse me, I'll do everything. Hold it. Somebody come and wants to hold the damn sign. Brother, I'm not playing no games with nothing. And I don't give a damn. Read it again.
And there you shall be sold unto your enemies.
Where?
And there you shall be sold unto your enemies.
When you got up them damn slave ships, you will be sold to your enemies. That's what God said. Read.
For bondmen.
For what?
For bondmen.
What does the word bondman mean, brother? You don't know? What does it mean to be in the house of bondage, brother? Okay. Read it again.
And there you shall be sold unto your enemies.
Sold to your enemies? Sold to the white man? That's what the Bible's talking about. You're the Israelites. Read.
For bondmen.
For slave men. Read.
And bondwomen.
And your sisters. Our sisters were slaves. Our beautiful sisters were slaves. Why? Because the men broke the commandments. It started down in the Garden of Eden with a doggone black woman named Eve. Read.
And no man shall buy you.
No man would redeem us. We could not go out and say, you know what? They just stole. Hold that up. Where is it at? You see that right there? When they had us on the slave auction block, brother, step aside real quick. We're going to make sure you get a chance to see it. When they sold us on the slave blocks, after they took my son, say my son's name was Jaheem. They took Jaheem. I live in Mississippi, and I'm picking cotton in Mississippi. They bring Jaheem to Louisiana. How the hell am I going to get my son back? That's what they did to our people. Read it again.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68.
Go ahead. That last one.
And there you shall be sold unto your enemies.
And there, once you got up those ships, you will be sold to your enemies. Read.
For bondmen.
For bondmen, meaning slave men. Go ahead.
And bondwomen.
And slave women. This is your history. Read on.
And no man shall buy you.
No man gonna get you back. You will never be able to get back. All right, your heritage, your nationality. Okay, read on. That's it. There. So we bring this history up that you are the Israelites. But why do you then think that God loves all people? God, let me take my glasses. God does not love all people. God only loves the nation of Israel. Let me prove it out the Bible. Let's start. Oh no, I don't want that yet. I want Christ. Because I want to start with Christ. But before I start with Christ, I want to prove to you, brother, that Christ looks like you. Or should I say you look like Christ? Because you must get this damn, you know what? And those of you who think this is racist, then you hate God because God is a nationalist. Now, you know what? Let's get it on the camera. Since this young lady is an inspiring photographer, let's all look at this image right here. I want you to look at this image right here. Now I want all of you to tell me, who is this person right here on the side? Come on. He said Caesar Borgia, that's right. But who is this man displayed upon the planet Earth? Who is he supposed to be? Everybody still. The so-called Jesus. But wait a minute. That's what they set up in the year 1550 during the Renaissance era. But now, we want to take this garbage, because this is garbage. This is garbage. Let's show you what the real Christ looked like. And you Uncle Tom Negroes, this is not the place for you. You might want to move, you might get offended, because we're going to say white man. Read Christ's description in the Old Testament first. Let's get it in the Old, and then maybe we'll get it in the New. Read it.
Daniel chapter 10, verse 5.
Listen real good. You need to listen real good to this. Go ahead.
Then I lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a certain man clothed in linen.
Wait, a certain what?
A certain man.
So this was a man. Daniel was a prophet from the tribe of Judah of the nation of Israel. He saw a vision of a certain man. So it's not talking about a ghost here. Ooh. It's talking about a man here. Read.
Clothed in linen.
So this man had clothes on. Read.
Whose loins were girded with fine gold and youth bags.
Right, meaning your loins, meaning you cover up your loins here. It's doggone, it's going to explain. Read.
His body also was like the bearer.
Not talking about his skin color, it was talking about his garment. Right, because you saw his garment. He had clothes on, remember. Read.
And his face.
His what?
And his face.
In his face. Now we know it's a man. I'm going slow for a reason. Read.
As the appearance of lightning.
Right, because Christ was a no-joke brother. When he looked at your ass, you knew he was looking through you. Read.
And his eyes as lamps of fire.
His eyes was as the lamps of fire. Remember that. I'm going here for a reason. Read.
And his arms and feet like in color.
Wait a minute, say that. Can you say that again?
And his arms.
His what?
And his arms.
His arms, brother, and his what?
And his feet.
And his feet. Why? Because he had a garment on. The only thing you could see was his arms and his feet. Read on.
Like into color.
Like what?
Like into color.
The Bible doesn't say color.
Like into color.
What?
To polished brass.
What color is brass? You so-called blacks and Hispanics. Okay, now, wait a minute, read on.
And the voice of his words, like the voice of a multitude.
Stop. So they tell you that this guy right here, when he spoke softly, rather, but read that last part again, listen up.
And his voice, and the voice of his words, like the voice of a multitude.
What does it sound like when a multitude speaks, sister? So Christ was a man that spoke with power and authority. And I'm going to show you that as we go along in today's lesson. You will learn thus saith the Lord. So now many of you, brothers, you might say, well, that's the Old Testament. And you know what? Christ is not described in the New Testament. So now we got to prove all things. Give me that.
Revelation chapter 1, verse 1.
Now we go into the last book of the Bible. Not the first book of the New Testament, the last book of the New Testament. Read.
The revelation of Jesus Christ.
Now it's talking about the revealing of the Messiah. Read it again.
The revelation of Jesus Christ.
Oh, it does say the revelation, the revealing of Jesus Christ. So we're not making nothing. Read.
Which God gave unto him to show unto his servants.
To what?
To show unto his servants.
He had to show Christ to the nation of Israel. He had to show us who Christ looked like. Why? We never seen him. He was over 2,000 years ago. We got to know what he looks like. Read.
Things which must surely come to pass.
Go ahead.
And he sent and signified it by his angel and his servant John.
Let's jump up to the 11th verse because we're going to take it real slow because once you realize that Christ looked like that brother right there, then you start to question all the other garbage doctrine the white man teaches. Read.
Verse 11.
Listen up, Israel.
Saying, I am Alpha and Omega, the first and the last.
Christ is saying, I'm the Alpha, I'm the Omega, I'm the first and I'm the last. Read.
And what thou seest.
Say it again.
And what thou seest.
He said, what you see. What do you see with? Do you see with your ears or do you see with your eyes? Read.
Write it in a book.
He said, what you see, I need you to write down in a book. Read.
And send it unto the 7 churches.
Right, send it to the leaders in the 7 churches. Now let's get the description. Give me that.
Verse 14.
I mean, all of you to listen real good. You're never too young to learn the truth according to the Bible. Read.
His head.
His what?
His head.
Oh, it's talking about his head now. Uh-oh. Let's see. Hold this up. Hold this up. Let's see if this looked like Christ. Read.
His head.
His head. Go ahead.
And his hairs.
And his hairs.
Were white like wool.
Is this guy right here, is his head on his hairs, are they white like wool? Yes, yay, nay. I need you as a class to say yes or no. Is his head and his hairs white like wool? No. Yes or no? No. Read on.
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
Right, white like wool. Now, I don't want to go past that word wool. Because even in the 1960s dictionary, they tell you that wool is the hair of the Negro. So why? Because Christ was a so-called Negro. But we didn't get that name until the 1600s. We was always Israel. We became Negroes, niggas, and coons and monkeys to this white man. Read.
As white as snow.
As white as snow, that is more. Read on.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
His eyes were as a flame of fire. Now we just read about that in Daniel. It said his eyes will be red, right? Remember that. Daniel and Christ, they got the same type of vision. Read on.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
Wait a minute, stop, hold the press, and pump the brakes. Read it again.
And his feet.
And his feet, read.
Like unto fine brass.
Like unto fine brass. What did Daniel say, brother? What color did Daniel say? Christ look like brass, right? Now John's giving the same thing. Read.
As if they burned. As if they burned.
Wait a minute, I need you to read that again because that'll slip the mind of a Christian, because the Christian believes that Christ was for everybody and he was white or Caucasian. That's not true according to the Bible.
That's right.
Go ahead.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
His feet like unto fine brass. Go ahead.
As if they burned.
As if they what?
As if they burned.
Stop. If you took a cardboard piece of paper and put it in a furnace, what color would it turn, sister? You're not paying attention. If I took a piece of cardboard that's light brown and threw it in the furnace, what color would it be? If I took some doggone white cardboard paper and threw that in the furnace, what color? So wait a minute. This is not propaganda or innuendo. This is the truth. Read it again.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
So his feet was like unto fine brass. Read.
As if they burned in a furnace.
It was like that brass color, and you throw that in the furnace, and you come out looking like that, brother, right there. That's right, read.
And his voice as the sound of many waters.
What did Daniel say? His voice was as the what? The multitude. Read it again.
and his voice as the sound of many waters.
So Christ's voice was the sound of many waters. Daniel said he had the voice of a multitude. So now, why is it important? So now you know the truth according to the Bible. Christ looked like that man, looked like you brothers. Some of us have been mixed in over the years. Give me Deuteronomy 10 verse 15. Don't let that fool you. Just because some of us...
What was that, Revelation 1?
Revelation 1 verse 14 and 15. Now real quick, I need you to pay attention. We're going in the journey. I need all of you to stay right there.
You're going to do the money? Because I got the dollar bill. I think that's civilized
thank you, brother. Hold up your dollar bill. Give me